Hello students, I'm here with another video from the chapter of class 7th NCERT book, that is the chapter 13th, and that the name of the chapter is Motion and Time. As we are dealing with this chapter and we are towards the end of this chapter, so we began with this chapter by the definition of motion, which means that some object is traveling from one place to another place and it is going to cover some distance. Okay, it is going to cover some distance. Now once it is covering the distance, what happens, it is going to move from one place to another place, and if it is moving from one place to another place, it means that it is traveling with certain speed. Now if we talk about certain speed, it means that it is covering certain distance with certain interval of time, in certain interval of time. Now if we correlate the distance with its time taken, means distance covered with its time taken, it will be telling us the speed. So we have discussed about the speed, and also we have discussed about the average speed. So average speed means it is the total distance traveled in total interval of time. Then after that we discussed about the different types of motion, where we have studied about the straight line motion, which means that an object is traveling from one place to another place in the in the equal interval of time, the equal distance is being covered. Similarly, we have also studied about the oscillatory motion, where I have discussed about the different types, different words which is related with the motion. Okay, which means that what is the meaning of the word one oscillation, then what is the meaning of the word amplitude, then also we discussed about the time period, and what do you mean by the term means what is the relationship between oscillation and the time interval. Okay, that was the frequency also we have discussed. So after this we have started seeing the distance time graph, and there are different types of graphs which could be drawn. And what is a graph means it is a diagrammatic representation of the data which tells us about what is the speed of that particular vehicle, or what is the speed of the particular car or some object which is moving from one place to another place. Okay, next we have also seen the exercises part of this chapter, where the few questions yesterday I have discussed, and also I have told what are the keywords in this chapter, and we need to discuss about the different different questions which are left now. So we have discussed about the first question was about telling the different types of motion. Then second question was about the correction, means what is true, what is false in the statement. And then third question was a numerical problem, where we need to solve it by using the data which is given as time period was given, and we need to find out the total means we need to find out the time period of one oscillation. Fine. Next, the fourth question was the distance between the two stations. Now question number 4 we are going to discuss. So this says that what is the distance, means what is given here. We are given with the distance of 240 kilometers. So 240 kilometers is the distance given. And what about time duration? And the time is 4 hours. And the time is 4 hours. Okay. So the time is 4 hours. Now we need to calculate the speed of the train. So what is the speed of the train? So here the speed of the train is equal to distance traveled upon time taken. Fine. So what is the distance traveled here? Distance traveled is 240 kilometers upon what is the time? It is 4 hours. Okay, so it becomes, the speed becomes 60 kilometer per hour. So the speed is 60 kilometer per hour. Okay, so here we can find the speed in meter per second just by multiplying this. 60 kilometer per hour could be multiplied by 5 by 18, and you could tell the answer in meter per seconds also. But here if the larger unit is given, as we are calculating the distance of train, means the speed of the train, so that could be a correct answer where we are calculating the speed in kilometer per hour, because train travels a long distance and the long distance is always measured in the kilometers. So this was about the kilometers per hour, the speed of the train in fourth question. Now I'll discuss about the next question. We move on to the next question, that is question number 5th. Again, this question number 5th is a numerical which says that the odometer of a car reads 57321 kilometers. 57321 kilometers, 0 is written, that is equal to 57321 kilometers. And when the clock shows the time 8:30 a.m. So the time was 8:30 a.m. Okay, so the time was 8:30 a.m. Now what distance is moved by the car if 8:50 a.m.? So the next time is 8:50 a.m. and the reading changed to 57336. 57336 kilometers. Okay, so this is 57366 kilometers. 336 kilometers, yes. And the speed of the car you need to calculate the speed of the car in kilometer per minute during the time. Express the speed in kilometer per hour also. Now what is the distance covered by this car? So the distance covered by this car would be the distance covered by the car is equal to how much? What would be the answer? So the distance covered by the car would be equal to it will be, we need to minus, means this smaller unit will be subtracted from the larger unit. Why? Because we have to see that odometer is calculating the distance, and this distance is it is going to be shown with the help of the odometer, and this odometer gives two readings. So these two readings are, one is 57336 and the first one reading was the 57321 kilometers. Now what do you need to find out? You need to find out the kilometers, the actual distance which is being traveled by this vehicle. So the distance traveled by the car would be subtracted, the smaller unit would be subtracted by the larger, from the larger one. Okay, so here 57336, this one is the larger unit and this is the small unit, so the small will be subtracted by the larger one. So what you will write? 57336 kilometers, 57336 kilometers minus 57321 kilometers. So what would be the answer? It would be 15 kilometers. Okay, it would be 15 kilometers. So this is the distance of the car which is being traveling at the speed of, means we need to calculate the speed also, and the time is given 8:30 to 8:50. So what is the time here? So we need to calculate the time. The time between 8:30 and 8:15 is how much? 8:30 and 8:50. So it is 20 minutes. 50 minus 30 is equal to 20 minutes. Okay, kilometer per minute. In this only you need to find out the speed. So it's very easy. What is the formula for the speed? The formula for the speed is distance traveled upon time taken. Okay. So what is the formula for speed? It is distance traveled. Speed is equal to distance traveled here, distance traveled upon time taken. So what is the distance traveled? Distance traveled is 15 kilometers upon 20 minutes. So the distance is 15 kilometers upon 20 minutes. Speed is equal to distance 15 kilometers upon 20 minutes. So what would be the answer for this? You could calculate by multiplying dividing this 15 by 20, you will get 5 4s are 20 and 5 3s are 15. Then it would be divided, 3 divided by 4, it becomes 0.475 kilometers per minute. Okay, so the answer would be 75 kilometers, 0.75 kilometers per minute. Now you need to calculate this, convert this speed, that is 0.75 kilometer per minute divided, we need to calculate the speed in kilometer per hour. So how would you calculate the speed? You would calculate the speed by just by converting this. Kilometer is already is okay, and you need to calculate this in hours. So you will change this minute into hours, fine? Or this would be the distance covered and the time taken again. So that will be 15 kilometers by how many hours? It would be, if it is per minute, so it would take 15 upon and 120. 20 minutes means what? 1 by 3 hours. Okay, so 1 by 3 hours. So if you need to do the reciprocal, 15 into 3, okay, so it's 15 into 3 upon 1 hours. That would become how much? That would become 45 kilometers per hour. So 45 kilometer per hour, that would be the answer for this question. Why I have done this 1 by 3rd? Because 20 minutes is 1 by 3rd part. Okay, so this 20 minutes was, either writing 20 minutes, you could write it down as 1.3. So this 20 minutes means how much? It is 20 minutes divided by 60. Why 60? Because 1 hour has 60 minutes, and here you need to calculate the hours in, convert the minutes into hours. So you'll divide this 20 by 60, you'll get 1 by 3 hours. Fine. So here we have written, instead of writing 20 minutes, we need to convert this in hours. So we have written this 20 minutes into 20 minutes as 1 by 3 hours. So the answer became 45 kilometer per hour. So this was about the question, which is question number 5th of your book. Okay, now we'll just write down the next question. The next question is again one of the numerical part, that is question number 6th. So the next question, that is question number 6th, is saying Salma takes 15 minutes from her house to reach her school. That is, it takes time is given. So the time is 15 minutes. Okay, and what else is given? Next, what is given is, so the time given here is 15 minutes. Okay, and then what else is given? It is given that if a bicycle has a speed of 2 meters per second, so the speed is 2 meters per second. So what else is given here? We have to find out the distance between her school and the house. Okay, so what is given here? We are provided with the speed as well as the time. Fine. And now what we need to find out is, we need to take out the distance of the distance of her house and the school. Okay, now what you need to do is, you have to write down the formula for finding out the distance. So the distance is equal to speed into time. Okay, so the distance is speed into time. So what is the speed given? It is 2 meters per second. Now before that, you need to calculate this 15 minutes into seconds. As you know that already this speed is in meter per second. That is why you need to calculate, you need to convert this time into seconds. So this 15 minutes into 60 will give you how much? 15 6 it is how much? It is about 90, and then 0, it becomes 900 seconds. So here speed is speed given is 2 meter per second into 900 time is 900 seconds. So what would be the distance? The distance traveled, the distance covered in between the school and her house is how much? It is about 1800 meters. Okay, so it's about 1800 meters. Now you need to calculate, you need to convert this meter into kilometers. So what would be the answer? That will be 1.8 kilometers, or you could divide it by 180 divided by 1000. That would give you 1.8 kilometers. Okay, so this is about the next question, that is question number 6, where you need to find out the distance. So it's very easy because you need to convert all the units into standard unit. Please make sure that while solving the question you need to solve this question by using the standard units. So the standard unit of the distance is meter, but if you need to calculate the distance of any long distance, then what you have to do is you have to take the distance into kilometer as a unit. If you need to find out the distance into for a smaller one, or in SI unit, you need to find a distance into meters. And what else you need to calculate? You need to calculate the time in seconds. So if here the minutes were given, so you can calculate the minutes into, convert this minute into seconds, and you would get the answer as 900 seconds. Okay, so this 900 second would be kept here in the formula of distance is equal to speed into time, and then we have calculated 2 into 900 seconds, that becomes 1800 meters. So that is the answer for the 6th question of your book. Now we'll do the next question, that is question number 7. So question number 7 says, what is question number 7? Show the shape of the distance time graph for the motion of the following cases. So what would be the motion in the following cases? So the first question is a car moving with a constant speed. So the first is a car moving with a constant speed. Okay, so what would be the answer? You need to draw the graph. So you need to draw the graph. As you know that how to draw the distance time graph, you could have to draw two axes, x-axis and y-axis. So here on x-axis you will plot the time, and on y-axis you will plot the distance. Okay, so here what you are going to do, you will plot the distance on y-axis, and on x-axis you are going to plot the time. So what else you need to do? You need to draw the distance time graph. As you know that the constant, moving with a constant speed, how could you show? The distance is like this, because constant speed means it is equal to uniform speed. Okay, that is equal to uniform speed. Now if uniform speed is there, it means that it is having a straight line graph that was drawn in the uniform speed. So this is all about the distance traveled in a uniform speed or with a constant speed. In both the cases you are going to get the time and distance inclined at a particular plane. So the answer for this question would be, the graph would be in a straight line that will be inclined at a plane. Fine. Next question, this is the first part of the question. Now the second part of this question is, what is the second part? So the second part here, a car is parked on a roadside. So a car parked on a roadside. Okay. So what would be the answer for this question? You need to draw a graph. You need to draw a graph here. Again, you will draw x-axis and y-axis. On x-axis, time will be there in seconds, and on y-axis, distance in meters. Okay, And what you are going to do, you are going to draw a graph for a car parked on a roadside. So if you need to draw a graph parked on a roadside, it means it is not moving, it is standing at a place because it is parked. So what would be the answer for this question? The body is at rest. And I told you, if body is at rest means whenever, whether you are taking 1 second, the distance will remain the same. So it will be parallel to x-axis. So the graph would be drawn in such a way that it is being calculated in the form of the line parallel to the time axis or the x-axis. So it is very easy to understand that if a car is at rest, then the distance is always constant. It is not going to move. It means that it is going to be present at a fixed place. It means it is always parallel to the x-axis, that is the time axis. So this is about the type of graph which is going to be drawn when the body is at rest. Okay. Now next thing is that you have drawn two diagrams. Now next you can draw a car which is traveling at uneven speed. So you could show like this. Okay, curved lines could be shown. So this shows a non-uniform motion. So this is how you are going to draw the graph of various shapes, and all these, for both of them you are going to use the distance and time graph. Next is, which one of the following relation is correct? So which is the following relation is correct? So speed is equal to distance into time. So the first relation is, this is question number 8. So the first relation is, what is it? That is speed is equal to distance into time. Okay. Now the second is speed is equal to distance upon time. Okay, distance upon time. And the third relation is speed is equal to time upon distance. Time upon distance. Okay, and the fourth question is speed is equal to 1 upon distance into time. 1 upon distance into time. So what would be the answer for this question? Which one is the correct? So you could easily find out. You know that what is the correct formula for distance is equal to speed into time, or the speed is equal to this. Here only speeds are being given for comparison. So you would easily find out the correct formula, that is speed is equal to distance upon time taken. So the speed, first formula is already wrong. Speed is equal to distance into time is not correct, but the second one is the correct answer, which shows the speed is equal to distance upon time taken. Okay, so this was question number 8. So you need to find out the correct formula for speed. The correct formula for speed is speed is equal to distance upon time taken, and all rest others are incorrect. Why? Because we have found out the expression regarding the speed of any vehicle. Okay, now question number 9. So what is question number 9? So this question number 9 is, the basic unit of speed is what? So the basic unit of speed is either kilometer per minute, okay, then it could be, or it could be meter per minute, okay, or it could be kilometer per hour, or it could be meter per second. So which one of them is the correct answer? That SI unit or the basic unit of speed is meter per second. Why meter per second? Because you know that the standard unit for calculating the distance is meter, and the standard unit for calculating the time is seconds. Fine. So here you could easily write that the standard unit of the speed is equal to distance upon time taken, and the distance is traveled in meters, and time is measured in seconds. So that is the standard unit of speed becomes meter per second. Okay, so this is about question number 9, and this could also be the right answer. Why this is not a right answer? Because this is a longer distance. If you need to calculate The long distance you would always calculate this in kilometer, and the time would be always calculated in the hours. So this kilometer per hour is the larger unit, but this is not the basic unit. So the basic or the standard unit for calculating the speed is meter per second. Fine. So the next question, that is question number 9. So what is question number 10? This was question number 9. Now question number 10. So what is question number 10? Question number 10 says a car moves with a speed of 40 kilometers per hour for 15 minutes. Means 40 kilometers per hour in 40 minutes. Okay, and the next is no, it's for 15 minutes. Sorry, this is for 15 minutes. And then with a speed of 60 kilometer per hour, 60 kilometer per hour for how much? For next 15 minutes. Now what you need to do is, you need to calculate the total distance covered by the car. What would be the total distance? Total distance is how much? And this is again one of the this is one of the multiple choice questions. So you have 4 answers. So the 4 answers are 100 kilometers, 25 kilometers, 15 kilometers and 10 kilometers. So for this you will find out the distance first. So what you are going to do in the first case, that is 40 kilometers per hour. What is the distance? Okay, so the speed is for first case, for this one. This is 40 kilometers per hour. Speed is equal to distance upon time taken. Okay, so the distance here, distance is already given. So the speed is already given. Speed is equal to distance upon time taken. So you need to find out the distance, and the formula for distance is speed into time. So speed into time. Okay, this becomes the distance, because the formula for distance is speed into time is equal to distance. And that is why it becomes 40 into 15. It becomes how much? And 15 minutes are there. So you need to convert this in seconds, divided by, this would be divided by, if it is in kilometer, yes, this is in kilometers, so you will convert this in hours. So you will divide it by 60, and it becomes 15 upon 60. Okay, 2 3s are, 2 2s are, 3 1s are, 3 5s are, 5 2s are, 10 kilometer for the first, in the first case. Now what about in the second case? In the second case is 60 kilometers. So you will simply find out 60. Okay, for this you will find out 60 into 15. So the answer would be again 15 kilometers. So what would be the answer for this? This would be how much? I'll just rub off the first part, because we have already found out the distance. So for this, 60 kilometers in 15 minutes. So 60 into 15 upon 60. So the answer would be 15 kilometers. Now the total distance, what would be the total distance? You are going to calculate the total distance. So here 10 kilometers was in the first part, and then in the second part, what is the total kilometers here? So you will easily find out that you will get the answer as total distance. So this total distance is equal to the distance which is travelled here, that is 10 kilometers. So the 10 kilometers plus 15 kilometers, what would it become? It is 25 kilometers is the answer. So we can see that in the we could see in the options that 25 kilometers is given. So the answer would become 25 kilometer. That is the second option of your question. So this becomes 25 kilometers. Okay, so this is how we are going to calculate whatever data is being given. According to the question, we are going to put this in the formula, and we need to calculate the formula according to formula, and our needs would be fulfilled if we get the correct answer. That is, here we got it as 25 kilometers is the total distance travelled. Next is the question number 11. Suppose that 2 photographs are given. So 2 photographs are given, shown in the diagram of. So the next question is question number 11, which we are reading as, it is written as, suppose that two photographs are shown in figure number 13.1 and 13.2, which has been taken at an interval of 10 seconds. If the distance of 100 meters is shown by 1 centimeter in this photograph, calculate the speed of the blue car. So you need to find out the blue car first. So what was the distance of the blue car? As you could see that the blue car is drawn at a mark at somewhere in photograph number 1, and this is being given, this is in your NCERT book there, that some cars are moving. Okay, so first part and the second part is given. So you need to calculate the distance in between. So in the first photograph, the blue car has just crossed it, and if you need to take out the second part, so you will calculate the distance which is present here. So what you will do, you will just calculate the from the figure that is given as 13.1 and 13.2, we can conclude that the distance covered by the car is how much? It is 2 meters. Why 2 centimeters? Because 1 centimeter is given as one box. So this is very small distance, and how much distance could be calculated? This is 1 centimeter here. So here it is being traveling for 2 centimeters. So the distance traveled is 2 centimeters here, and so the distance covered would be how much? 2 centimeters into, it would be 100 meters, because 1 meter has 100 centimeters. Here it will be multiplied with meter to convert this in 200 meter. So the time taken is 10 seconds. It's already given. So what would be the speed for this? 200 divided by 10, that becomes 20 meter per second. So 20 meter per second would be the answer for this question according to your question. So this is being given in, this diagram is already being given in your NCERT book. You could see the diagram and find out the answer. Fine, and now I move on to the next question. Actually, this was a diagrammatic question, and this you could see easily in your book, and that could be solved very easily. And if you have any problem, you can ask me in your online class. I'll tell you again that how to solve this question if there is any problem. Okay. Next is question number 12. You again have to, one graph is being given here. Graph 13.15 shows a distance time graph for the action of two vehicles, that is 1 and 2. Which one of them is moving faster? So which one of them is moving faster? I'll just draw this graph for you. One is this one, another is this. This is A and B. This is time, this is distance. Okay. Now you need to find that which one is traveling faster, and for traveling faster you could also easily know that how this is, which vehicle is traveling faster, by seeing the distance. So this is calculating, its distance is here and its distance is here. So you could easily say that if the distance covered by vehicle 1 is longer as compared to distance traveled by vehicle number 2, it means vehicle is moving, vehicle A is moving faster. Okay, so A is moving faster. So this is how you could calculate easily that what kind of distance, which car is moving faster, and we have found that according to the distance, A is moving faster because more distance is being covered by vehicle number 1. Next is question number 13. Question 13th is again a graph-based question. On which of the following distance time graph shows a truck moving with a speed but not a constant? So I'll draw a graph. The first graph is this. Then again this is time and this is distance. Again this is time and distance. Fine. Next is time and distance. Then here time and distance. Now it is drawn from here. Okay. Now how would you calculate which one is telling you, showing you the time, the distance time graph is showing you the truck which is moving with a speed but it is not constant. It is moving with a speed but it is not moving with a constant. So here what happens, it was at rest. Again it started moving. Then next it is again at rest because this is not moving. This is time, this is distance. This is at rest. Okay, it was started with some distance was covered, then it took some speed. Next is it is moving with a with a speed, but it is not constant. Okay, and the last one is moving with a uniform speed. It is a constant. So option number 1 is wrong, 2 is wrong, and 4th is wrong, and the third one is correct, which shows you the distance of a graph which is not a straight line. It is moving with a speed, but it is not constant, because graph is moving upwards, but still it is not in a constant way, because this is moving with a non-constant speed or non-uniform speed. So children, with this your chapter is also complete of this motion and time. Now in the next class I will start with a new lesson, and I think these questions might be clear for you all, and if you have any doubt regarding these questions which I have told you and taught you just now, please let me know in your online classes, and then I'll solve the questions again if you have any doubt regarding the same. Okay, and I hope that you all will complete this answer in your copy. So please write down all the questions which are given at the end of your chapter. That becomes a practice for you all, and you will understand that what all things you have not understood and what all things you have understood for this chapter. So please complete your work and practice more questions, more numericals from this chapter, and that is what is to be taught is all about the chapter motion and time. So we have completed this chapter, children. I'll meet you all in the next video with the next topic to be discussed. That would be a new lesson for you all. So thank you for watching the video. That's all for today.